Sorry, I said something about Santa Maria, and I said 1592. It was actually 1492. It's just a slip of the tongue, and it's also due to tiredness. I know exactly when the Maria and the name of the ship that had Columbus went was 1492. So I think the 500th anniversary was 1492, 1992. It was celebrated around most of the Western world anyway, and Americas of course, and in parts of Western Europe, including Ireland. So certainly I'm actually having a drink here, which is what I'm talking at the same time. It's very unprofessional. Alright, better continue. As long as I don't spill me drink. So I remember one day, it must have been the day before I had to go in. I was out in Bray. I remember I told you I was broke, I was ill. I was thinking about robbing a building society. Now I'm admitting to a crime that I didn't commit. Somehow, I don't know, I remember I told you I was broke. Somehow I must have had £1 to buy a gun in the pound shop. So I bought a toy gun, but I had to make it look great, so I had to break bits off it. And the bag I got to carry the gun in the shop, I had to use that for a balaclava, so I cut holes in it. I know this is like something out of The Simpsons again. It's hilarious but serious at the same time. So went to rob, I had my bike hidden. Went over to the building society, looked around when it wasn't me. Went into the building society. There was nobody there. There was nobody at the where they give out the money. It was just nothing. I panicked, just left, ran, took the bag out of my head, and I said the guards are going to arrest me any minute. It never happened. I never mentioned it. And now if somebody raised this guy's done attempted robbery. In theory it is attempted robbery. In practice it wasn't. I don't know, if it's such a long time ago. There were no charges were ever brought against me, so let's move on. Anyway, that's how desperate it was. I don't even know what the strange thing wasn't the fact that where the hell did I get the money to buy the gun, the toy gun? Where did I get £1 from? I don't know where I had that. But anyway, that's the desperate things. I broke, ill, not homeless. Excuse me. I think the next day I got down on my knees and said, Matt, please, 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 I have nowhere to go, I'm homeless. I think I was crying. She said, no, you have to go. So I went to my bike. I said to me, Matt, you'll never ever see me again. I know you often see that in films or cartoons and they say, Ma or Dad, you'll never ever see. I meant every word of it. To the way I was treated, I said, I'm not coming, I'll never see her again. So my plan was I was going to have to get into a hostel. So I cycled all the way into Dublin. I was crying some of the way and then it stopped. I went loads of different, then I got lucky. One of the hostels, which is the best hospital, hospital, stupid thing to say, hostel. The best hostel in Dublin for men anyway is this hostel to me. It's the best. It's in the Liberties, so it's not far from a famous chipper. And lucky I got in there. No, what happened first? Your man says I said, where do I get money? He says you can go down to Charles Street. Now Charles Street is gone. Well, the street is there, Charles Street. So I got money. It took a long time. Went back. He took the social welfare check, so you got a room, and then gradually I became a resident there. Eventually I started collecting my dole money at Thomas Street once a week. Like everybody did it, and you pay your rent after you got your dole to keep you in for the next week. This hostel was the best in Dublin for me anyway, because you could get all your meals there. It was all included. You had to pay for it. You had to pay for your room and your meals. It was expensive at the time, but it was for good value. So you got all your meals, you got a roof over your head, and then we used to get a little supplement on top of that. We queue up for it, and I think it was the day, I'm not sure what day it was, the social welfare something again, whatever person you call it, used to give us £10 or £15 on top of our dole to make up the difference. Most of the lads would go out drinking when they got their dole money, and they'd all come back drunk, and there'd be sometimes fights. The first week or two I was a bit naive and stupid, so I used to get caught up, and even though I have nothing to do with them, so all I used to do is I just used to stay in my room, just to lock it. Now I couldn't sleep a wink there, and I remember I'd be looking at my watch. Obviously it wouldn't be on my arm. My cheap digital watch was probably only £1 or £2 at the most, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. The night just dragged on forever and ever. This was night after night. some of the lads used to say to me, "Are you on the scoop?" Because you could see big, you can't see them here, dark circles. I said, no, it's not any scoop. He says, I was told one or two guys had chronic insomnia. And he used to make jokes. Hey, Mr. Insomniac, very funny, fair enough. There's always a few paranoid characters in these hostels. That goes for hostels all over the world who think you're looking at them or laughing at them or something, which I wouldn't be. But other than that, I remember it was freezing the first few weeks we came in. I was just fairly cold. The heat wasn't on. There was elderly men there, they're probably in their late 70s, early 80s. They're probably passed away by now. They were complaining about the cold as well. I don't know what happened to them when they got moved somewhere. They were only there for as far as I can remember a week or so. And they might have moved into a different hostel or maybe a retirement home or something. I don't remember. They used to smoke a lot, but they were nice. They were nice, gentlemen. They were old fashioned like myself. Well, I mean, my ma eventually found us. I don't know whether it was a month or 6 weeks later. I was just by coincidence. I happened to be leaving the place and I heard my ma's voice, and she was looking for me. And my sister was with her. I think my brother was with her as well. Maybe my other brother. I just don't remember, something like that. So I said, okay, we'll go down midday, go something to eat in the place. I won't tell the name. It was fish and chips, but the fish and chips were terrible. It's not the famous chipper now; it's a different one. And that was basically it. Said goodbye, and your man, when I came back, your man said, "You're not going home to your mother?" At the desk, and I said, "No, I'm not. Just saying there, I had to tell the chat. Something that's all. I'm still staying in the hostel." So that's the way it was. So I was in there, started September, October. I used to started going the odd week home around Christmas. I spent a few days in my ma's. I was burnt out, so I couldn't do much. Lots of lads say, you should get some medical help. You're not well. I said, it's not that easy. As you begin to realise, it isn't that easy. And so the next time I start should be around, say, October, late October, no, maybe later, sometime, or October, November 1993. And I'll tell you what happens next. Good night. It's not even night time now. God bless, boy. Thanks very much.